It can be tougher now more than ever before to manage all the pressure that these events really are causing for all of us here all over the country now. And for parents, the pressure is mounting when it comes to daycare. Tonight, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ala Arabi explains what still needs to be accomplished before daycares can reopen and what kind of funding providers say they need to stay afloat.
Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, nearly half of childcare providers had to shut their doors. But with communities reopening, providers are still struggling.
Many will not actually be able to reopen without assistance.
Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is calling for a $50 billion childcare stabilization fund to support providers struggling to stay open with limited revenue due to the pandemic. She says economic estimates found the childcare industry will need $9.6 billion a month to operate and make sure those who had to close are able to stay in business and reopen.
For every $1 invested in childcare, $1.86 is derived in economic return, more than for retail or construction.
Without assistance, the industry could lose 4 million childcare slots.
Here in New York, that would mean that the availability of childcare could drop from 1 slot for every 4 children to 1 slot for every 8.
This could keep countless parents from going back to work.
It has been said that it takes a village to raise a child. Prior to COVID, my children had a village, including a daycare center, an elementary school, and after-school programs. These activities and providers made up an elaborate child care network that allowed both my husband and I to work full-time.
I'm frustrated at the lack of support, the lack of supplies, and the lack of financial resources. And I'm sad for the staff that I've lost in my employment during this pandemic, and for the parents crying in my office because they can't afford childcare.
Another issue providers say they face is CDC guidelines to safely reopen. Senator Gillibrand says she sent a letter to the CDC to work directly with childcare providers and address their concerns. In Buffalo, I'm Ala Arabi, 7 Eyewitness News.